My husband left me to die in a ditch. As the gravel bit into my cheek and his taillights vanished, I knew it wasn't an accident. It was an inheritance. Liam Carter's world had been reduced to the cold glow of a second phone. The fifth alert of the night flashed. $14, 200. 21 days delinquent. Final notice. Asterisk, asterisk, he silenced it. The number seared into his mind. His secret debt was a leviathan, sinking him. Predatory loans, disastrous commodity trades, and a $90,000 blackjack loss just 48 hours earlier. A last, desperate gamble that had sealed his fate. Upstairs, his wife, Sloane, slept peacefully. Sloane Carter, founder of Ethereum Dynamics, a cutting-edge robotics firm. Her success was tangible, gracing tech magazine covers. Liam was the polished, supportive consort at galas, a role that had become a suffocating mask. His double life was a house of cards built on a hidden bank account, a burner phone in his Jaguar's trunk, and a string of fabricated business trips. The pressure was a vice. Debt collectors had begun circling his office. Discovery was imminent. His other phone vibrated. "Chloe, I need to see you." "When?" He typed a terse "soon." "Be patient," and dropped the device. Divorce was a financial death sentence. The ironclad prenup his own lawyers had insisted upon guaranteed he'd walk away with nothing but the clothes he wore. 3 days earlier, he'd opened the wall safe, ostensibly for insurance papers. That's when he saw it. Sloane's will. A single, staggering line named him sole beneficiary. In that moment, cold clarity replaced panic. The $500,000 hole had a plug. A terrifying, permanent plug. The solution took shape quietly, like a dark flower blooming in his mind. He wasn't a monster, he reasoned, just a man backed into an absolute corner. He booked a table at the Observatory, Sloane's favorite cliffside restaurant. A celebration, he'd said. A fresh start. Sloane arrived, touched by the gesture. She wore emerald silk, the color he'd once said matched her eyes. For an hour, it almost felt real. The soft piano, the view of the city lights like scattered diamonds. She spoke of expanding to Singapore, her passion reigniting. He listened, nodded, smiled. When she excused herself, his hand moved. A quick, practiced tilt of a vial over her Chardonnay. 10 seconds. She returned, none the wiser. "To new beginnings," she toasted. "To freedom," he echoed. The dizziness hit her 20 minutes later. "The air, it's so thick," she murmured, her words slurring. "Let's get you home," Liam said, his voice a masterclass in concern. He guided her to the car, but instead of turning toward their hillside estate, he drove into the serpentine backroads of the National Preserve. "Liam, this isn't right." Panic threaded her voice as the last streetlight disappeared, swallowed by dense pines. The car crunched to a halt on a forgotten fire road. The silence was profound. He turned to her, the mask gone. His eyes were flat, empty. "You have no idea what it's like," he said, his tone conversational. "To be a ghost in your own life. An accessory. I found your will, Sloane. It gave me focus." Her breath hitched. "The wine? It ends tonight. You disappear. I survive." It's simple arithmetic. He opened her door, unbuckled her limp form, and let her slump onto the damp earth. The scent of pine and decay filled her senses. "Please," she begged, a whisper lost in the wind. He didn't reply. The car door shut. The engine roared, then faded into nothing. As cold seeped into her bones, a new sound emerged, the low growl of an engine approaching slowly. A black SUV appeared. A man ran toward her. His face swam into focus. Kai Thorne, a rival tech CEO, fierce and uncompromising in every boardroom they'd shared. "Sloane." His voice was sharp, urgent. He checked her pulse, saw the dilation in her eyes. "Poison. Hold on." He bundled her into his SUV, calling ahead. "Eleanor, prepare Bay 1. Acute toxin ingestion. ETA 12 minutes. His mother, the renowned toxicologist Dr. Eleanor Thorne, replied with cool efficiency. In the sterile clinic, reality reassembled. You were dosed with a sedative cocktail designed to induce cardiac arrest, Dr. Thorne explained. Had Kai not been taking that remote route home, the next visitor was Detective Reyes from the Major Crimes Unit. If he thinks you're alive, he'll run. Right now, he thinks he won. They built the case in silence. Security footage, obtained discreetly, showed Liam's quick hand. Financial forensics laid bare his ruin. Text messages to Chloe painted a damning timeline. The obstacle will be removed soon. Our future starts next week. The trap was set 4 days after her death. Liam received the call. The law firm handling Sloane's estate requested his presence to initiate probate. He arrived, the picture of grief-stricken air, at the sleek offices of Sterling and Vance. He was shown to conference room 12. He entered, and his world shattered. Sloane stood by the window, alive, her gaze like tempered steel. Detective Reyes and 2 officers flanked the door. Liam Carter, Reyes stated. You're under arrest for attempted murder. Sloane placed a single document on the table. Divorce on grounds of attempted murder, fraud, and adultery. The prenup stands. You get nothing. The cuffs were cold. As he was led away, the final blow landed. Chloe, realizing she'd been a pawn in a murder plot, had provided a sworn statement detailing all his promises. At sentencing, the judge's voice was a gavel of finality. 20 years. Liam looked back once. Sloane didn't meet his eyes. He was already a ghost. On the courthouse steps, Sloane breathed deeply. The fear was gone. Kai Thorne stood a respectful distance away. What now? Now, Sloane said, her eyes on the horizon where her company, her life, awaited. I work for myself. She rewrote her will that afternoon, leaving her empire to a foundation supporting women in STEM. Liam Carter vanished into the system, his legacy one of calculated betrayal, while Sloane's second chapter began, built on a truth more solid than any lie. She had saved herself.